Hello, folks. Good evening and welcome. This is the Halloween Extravaganza IV. My name is Anthony Kerrigan, and we're going to be talking to Mary J. Willemsen and also Shane from the Ravens Paranormal. They are paranormal investigators and vodcast hosts. Topics this evening, we're going to be talking to them about Market Garden and also English Visit. You can put your questions on this live feed. You can also go to our website, www.ghostera.net, go to the contact page, fill in the blanks. If you have any private messages, just put in brackets, private message. If you're affiliated with any paranormal team or tourist attraction, feel free to name the group and the organization, and we will give a shout out to you. We are live here on this Facebook page, and you can also watch back afterwards on our Ghostera channel by going to the red button on our website, www.ghostera.net. Press that red button and it will direct you straight onto our page where you can see shows that have happened in the past. Okay, how you doing, Shane and Mary?
Oh, good.
Perfect there. So the first question I'm going to put forward to you there, we're going to be talking about Market Garden there. Can you tell us a little bit about it there, Mary?
A little bit about it.
A little bit. What you got?
I think most people know about Market Garden. Lots of folks from a different age have seen the movie A Bridge Too Far, and it's all about Market Garden, the bridge which was taken and was lost, the battle before it began. Uh, yeah, whole Arnhem is supposed to be freed from the Germans, but all the troops lost. And the bridge was destroyed, the town bombarded, um, nothing was left. Many mistakes were made. The Americans bombarded parts of the town, supposed to stop the Germans, went well, went completely wrong,
Okay.
and yeah, lots of lives were lost.
And did you grew up there? Is that true, Mary? This is where you grew up after this occurred, is it?
After it occurred, my
Mm.
family was born here and raised here. Actually, I was born in Oosterbeek. That's where they started the operation to free Arnhem. And I was raised in Arnhem, and in the battle area, we lived in the area where I sent some pictures of. This is the bridge.
Okay, yeah.
It was destroyed 2 times, and yeah, always lived on these grounds, and every year we have memorials.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you've done what it was, so there was significant structures on the site. Would that be right in saying there? Would this would be an old part of
Um, this part is actually in the center. On
hmm,
the left, you see the church, which was hit by a bomb. There was a fire, and afterwards it was destroyed by a hurricane kind of wind.
okay,
So yeah, but the rest was actually hit by bombs.
okay. And
Yeah.
you said you've done investigations there, paranormal investigations. Would that be true?
Yes, yes, yes. Um, because as a child, I heard footsteps knocking on doors, on walls. So I was intrigued what it was. My family told me about what happened, and yeah, I got curious. Throughout the years, I started investigating, got some answers, investigated more, got
Hmm.
more answers, and yeah, you drop into it.
And what type of kind of like tests and experiments would do there? Would it be like mostly using equipment like audio equipment, visual equipment like cameras, or would it be like divination kind of stuff like dowsing or doing seances, that kind of stuff?
Everything was possible.
That's the way to do it there. I just see the pictures as well there. So these are part of
Yeah,
Arnhem, isn't it?
the,
Got, sorry, I got,
yeah, the building is actually a museum at this point.
okay.
Uh, it used to be a hotel, hard to stay, and it was the headquarters of English. The perimeter around it, um, yeah, went smaller and smaller and smaller, and everyone on the perimeter had to flee across the Rhine. Um,
Okay.
yeah, there are lots of historical items in the museum, bloody shirts, weapons,
Mm.
the most strangest things we have in the museum. And I work there as an host. And every year there are parachutes, and these planes come over. So we have first line in the museum to see everything.
And,
I mean,
and Shane, have you yourself? I introduced you, sorry there, Shane. But have you gone with Mary to this site as well?
Actually, we went. Well, it's not. Is it the site we went there?
not in the Oosterbeek, but we went apart in Arnhem,
Yeah,
uh, which was
last week.
destroyed. Yeah,
Yeah.
last week.
And as you said, that is there anything significant that has come out of the investigative work that you've done? Is there many? I know there's probably loads there, but is there anything that has left you a lasting impression that you think,
Uh,
oh wow, it's amazing that I did it.
a few years back, we caught a few EVPs, but I'm almost sure it's residual.
Mm.
Uh, went to a park, and there's also a small story on it. But we sat on a bench, and um, people in those days were fond of cigarettes, Pall Mall or Marlboro,
Mm.
and so we shouted out, "Can we help anyone? We have a car, we have cigarettes, we have Marlboro, we have Pall Mall," and we got an EVP shouting, "Passport bitte." So give me your passport, but in
Right.
German. So
Okay.
I was startled. Yeah.
That- that's, and as you do the investigative work, not just probably in Arnhem there, but elsewhere in the Netherlands, how many? Forgive me now. How many languages do be around that are kind of common?
We got in a fortress
Hmm.
Spanish voices.
Okay.
Here in the area, some French,
Okay.
German, Dutch, and English, of course. Um, that's what we got
Hmm.
till
Yeah.
those languages. But I'm sure I didn't catch anything.
Right. Okay. And
Yeah.
Shane, obviously, I'll just turn to yourself now. You're living in the Netherlands, are you there as well? And how?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there as well. I not at the same spot because I live in the north of the Netherlands.
Hmm.
She lives on the other side of me,
Okay.
so on the way other side of me. But
Same
we do
here.
have. I live near. Well, I think it's 40 minutes from coastlines,
Okay.
so it's not that far off. And most languages I got is well German, Netherlands, Dutch, and English.
Yeah.
Also American English, but also British English.
I was going to say that. I thought you were American when you first came out.
I'm sorry. No, I am Dutch. Completely born raised Dutch. I do have some American family, so I am cheating.
That's it. I know it's sad because I'm just forgive me again. I'm sorry, I'm saying this there, but like the English language is taught at school. Obviously, is it taught very well at school? Because each person I know from the Netherlands can speak fluent English. Like, it's you won't get it the other way around. Like English people speaking Dutch. Like,
Well, that's never going to happen.
I suppose it. Yeah. Well, no, I
It's
suppose it's.
no, it's not because of the English can't do it. It's just
Mm,
Dutch is a shitty language if it comes to that.
right.
Um, my wife, she speaks completely and utterly British English, and with me, it's American English. So we have two distinct
Yeah.
differences in English, but we do get the British part, the Oxford English. We get to teach that on schools.
Right. And I
Didn't
was
work for me though.
and I was going to say there. I was going to just put this question forward there. But if you the stuff that you've found there, Mary, in your research there, has it been taken aboard, like by say the media there? Have they taken a hold of what you've done and found, or have other paranormal groups come on board and uh, you know fancied going to where you are in Arnhem?
In the past, we took some other teams, but
Hmm.
now we are going with a small group
Hmm.
with now and then guest investigator, but exclusively us.
Yeah, definitely. And I've got to ask there, what is there now? Like after I know there's the church and all that, and the disasters there with
Yeah,
natural disasters there, storms and
yeah.
that. What lies in that area now? Is it obviously is it like a memorial garden? Is it like is it what is around that area now?
We have a small memorial point where
Hmm.
memorial services are held in September the 16th. And that's it. And beside that, we have the museums, and it's less and less in the publicity.
So
It's a
it's getting,
shame.
yes, yeah, it's getting, I suppose, because I suppose only probably another few years' time, it's kind of 100 years, there might be something,
Yeah.
highlighting it a bit more there. As you said there, so you do all types of experiments, like, do you do the same, Shane? Would you be into that sort of thing as well? Would you be
Yeah,
doing,
that's exactly why she's my partner in crime. We do a lot of things that are weird in other people's eyes and not good because if they tell us not to do it, we do it.
no, that's the job.
Yeah.
That's the job. And
Uh,
what would you step out into, like saying, doing like the more in the occult, like like doing delving into things like I know it's called black magic, but I know everything with the word black is supposed to be frowned upon. That's the
uh,
language. It's a sad, like but you don't do that sort of thing. I mean, you don't go delving into kind of deeper kind of stuff.
actually, I am a witch, so
There we go. That's great. That's brilliant. There we go. You didn't put that. You didn't tell me to put that on the intro. Anyway,
that's a surprise. I have to keep surprises.
that's
Yeah.
great. So would you do that sort of thing? You do rituals and all that kind of stuff there?
We could do that, but we do need a high priestess for that, and my wife is the high
Hmm.
priestess, but she's not always able to come with us because of two. We have two children, and we do not have a babysitter all the time, so
Yeah, I understand
it's
that. It's,
always puzzling to see when we can do that. But um, I can do some rituals myself, as long as she's in the background and tell me how to do certain stuff. Then it is a possibility to do so. Yeah.
and I don't know. I'll probably put a question to the two of you there, talking about people. Is it? I was talking to Amanda and Irene from Japan recently there, and well, it's just they're on the show this tonight there. But or can you tell us there? Do you get many people asking for any help from you, both of you, or from your wife and yourself there, Shane?
Well, actually, we do a lot of cases together. So
Mm,
Mary, myself, my wife, and Yvette, um, they do call us a lot, and
mm,
mostly through Mary. Mary is in that regard the case manager. So most cases come through Mary, and we just get the message from Mary, where we have a case somewhere. Are you able to come with us? And if we can, we do. Mostly me, because, well, the babysitter problem. But my wife works in the background, so we do the cases together, even though she's not there.
Hmm.
And we do
And
have a lot of them lately.
oh, so you've noticed an increase, is it there, Mary and Shane? Yeah, you've noticed an increase.
Since in my opinion, since Corona period,
Okay,
uh,
yeah.
COVID period, it was a lot since then.
Do you think, Mary, that people are coming more open to this kind of subject now? They're turning away from kind of religion, and they're looking for
Uh,
more verification, more proof.
I think it's increasing more since it's also on TV here. We have
Yes.
a lot of copycats, so we have a lot of Zach Bagans running around with a camera.
Mm,
Yep.
Um, Lots of that kind of stuff.
yes.
Children who experiment, but nowadays the group of urbexes is growing. Um, so it's m- more common
Mm,
as a few years back.
yes.
Because
Yeah. I've,
the weirdos.
yeah. And I suppose, as you said, that with it being on TV now, that's probably the main
Yeah,
media that people can see on the internet now, that
Yeah.
people can go onto there and check it out. So the next topic we're going to turn to is English visit there, and
yeah.
I'm just going to put these pictures there. First of all, there I'm going to ask there, Mary. Before we go on about the visit, I would like to just ask you there, what was that intrigued you to go over to England, then to
Uh,
Ireland? You should have come here.
no,
Well, go ahead. I know. Go
yeah,
ahead.
we know a lot of people in England and in Scotland and Ireland. And I was supposed to go over in 2020, but then came COVID across. So we had to postpone. And this year I told everyone I'm going over to England. And I needed my partner in crime because I'm not that tough to go on my own. So I
I'd
go
be
to
the
visit
same. I'd be
someone.
the I'd be the same. Like, I'm 6'3", but they'll
Yeah,
stop me at customs for some reason.
yeah,
So I need somebody there. Like,
yeah. I fly alone to Crete. I fly alone to Cyprus. I fly alone to Italy, but to England, no way.
no, yeah, it's and so did the history. Was there anything to do with the history that kind of brought you along as well? Was that intrigued you?
Yeah, and the castles and the graveyards and the cemeteries, the most haunted buildings, the Hellfire Club.
Oh, right.
So
In
yeah, we
West
reached out.
Wickham.
We want to visit everything.
Oh, wow. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna. So this is a picture. I'm just gonna ask you, Shane. Now, you were here. This photograph here.
Yep.
He described where this was.
Well, I can't remember the place anymore. It was somewhere. It was somewhere around Norwich.
Okay.
Well, Norfolk, if I'm correct, and it was a graveyard we found on the way out to go to the car, to go back to the car,
Yeah.
and I just had to take this picture because there was a triquetra on one of the graves, on one of the headstones, and I
Right.
was like, I have to get that, and it didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get it on this picture. I did get it on another one. Don't know if she sent it though, but
Oh,
it was a nice picture for me. I was like, this is kind of creepy, but it was intriguing at the same time, and it shows a little bit of history. So yeah, I like graveyards. I don't know why. It's very peaceful.
Yeah, I love graveyards too.
Yeah,
There, it's. I suppose there's some kind of peace with it there, and it's just. I think it's like an open. You see the books with the it's like a diary reading somebody's name, and it's their life and when did they live, and you might see these unusual ones where they actually give a bit more detail there, or
exactly.
interesting carvings there,
Yeah, yeah,
inscriptions.
agreed.
So where did you think was the most out of all the places you went there, Shane? Where was the most that you really memorable?
Oh, well, I have to say I don't have anything with churches or anything. Exactly, not, especially not after England, because England has a lot of churches. If you look right, there's a church. If you look left, there's a church. I was like, why do you have so much churches? What the hell is that? But the Cathedral of Norwich, that was the
Hmm.
most impressive building to me.
Okay. And yeah, because I was going to. What do you think, Mary? What was the most impressive location you've been to?
Um, yeah, the cathedral, amazing and big, and it reminded me of Harry Potter, and I went nuts.
Yep.
um, yeah, I think the cathedral, yeah, the most impressive building we saw.
I remember going to one in Gloucester. It must be 2 years ago, and the cathedrals are just amazing, aren't they? Like the way you see them there, and I suppose when the weather's great and it's sunny there, it makes it even more beautiful there. But did you have any luck with the weather? Was it?
It was perfect weather.
Yeah, it was dry, so we had a little bit of rain, but not too cold. The same weather as here in the Netherlands.
Yep.
So yeah, it was okay to visit and to do what we did.
And you mentioned the Hellfire Caves. Did you do an investigation there, or did you? Or was it
No,
that? Sorry, the Hellfire. Oh no, sorry, no, no.
that's
Um,
in the future, and the same with the ancient Ram Inn.
hmm,
Um, we are supposed to visit it maybe end of the year, beginning next year.
right.
Uh, and we want to go to Scotland, and um, but we went to Burgh Castle, and a small sensitive investigation. What do you feel? What do you feel? Uh, what might have happened here in the area?
Yep.
So back to basics,
Hmm.
kind of investigation.
Yeah. And did you say Bird Castle? You mean in Ireland or?
No, that's in Burgh. We went from Norwich to Burgh with
Ah, right.
car, seen the area, and what's that place called where Johnny Depp lives? We passed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Good question.
yeah.
Yeah, good question.
That's a good
Yeah.
question. um,
Where?
so, so if you did you have you been? Were you in England before yourself, Shane, as well, or?
Yeah, I've been to Keighley, Bradford, near Bradford.
Okay,
First time that was last year, and I went alone. So was kind of exciting and scary at the same time because it was the first time I was flying. I never flown before.
right.
Always worked on planes, but never went in one. So
I don't know if that's a good thing now. What you're telling us now, you worked on them, but you didn't fly them. No, but I was going to
uh,
say,
it was a very good trip back then, and I had an investigation with White House investigation,
okay,
a local one over there, which was very good. It was in an old bus museum, so that was a good investigation,
and
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 we had a lot of fun. So
and what I was going to say there. Would you, if you were to go back there, Mary, as well? And Shane, ask you this question: where would you like? What would be the top place you would like to visit, go to, and
Ancient
do?
pyramid.
the ancient ramen is one of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I also
yeah,
have one on
that
my
was
list as
actually
well.
nice.
I have
Yeah,
Edinburgh vaults.
And the
yes,
vaults in Edinburgh, isn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. They, yeah, actually, I haven't been to. I know there's a lot of Irish teams that have been there. The vaults in Edinburgh, the Niddry Street vaults, I've been there, done an investigation there, but it's I think around 2 o'clock in the morning there's a nightclub next door, so it gets a bit it gets a bit noisy there. That's what we decided if we were to do it. We did do an investigation there, but we decided to do the audio work well before the nightclub opened.
Yeah.
So but I was going to say that if it's interesting because yourselves though we're talking about earlier on the show, especially World War Two, and obviously there ourselves with colonialism with England as well. Do you think because of England's rich history that it's easy to get to? Does that make it so alluring that because it's not been destructed? In Irish history, we burned the records during this Irish War of Independence, and no details are there much of what happened before then. Do you reckon this what they've done has actually made it good for them? That's an unusual question.
In my opinion, I don't think it has anything to do with what is in on paper in history. I think it has anything to do with the fact that England is more open to paranormal stuff than the Netherlands is. The Netherlands are a bunch of stubborn a-holes if it comes to that.
Right. Would you agree with that?
They don't believe it. Even if they see it in front of them, they're like, nah, that's the wind.
Yeah. Would you agree with that, Mary?
Yeah, totally. It's so hard to get any locations here. And if there's a beautiful location, they destruct it and make apartments out of it. And it's gone forever.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we sort of it's kind of similar here in Ireland as well, and it is kind of hard to get locations now, but some are opened up now, but there's a big cost thing there. And as I totally agree with you there, Shane. If you were to do it with your partner, I have a partner in crime as well, my wife, that does it with me as well, and we got kids as well, so it is a cost. It doesn't help. Somebody has to do the babysitting as well.
Exactly.
So, would you ever think? So, you're going back to England. Would you ever have you been to Ireland before, or like to come to Ireland and investigate?
I would love to come to Ireland to investigate.
Yeah.
But I have to promise. I promised my wife to go to Ireland first, so I have to wait.
No, he's there, and so like how long did you stay for that English visit? Then the pair of you. Then how long was that? Then
it was just a weekend.
Weekend, and God, you must have crammed it all in there. And do you, so as I was going to say there, I may have mentioned it earlier, do you get many people coming over to the Netherlands from Ireland and England to do investigations, or are they mostly American, or are there other countries?
I think if people are going to visit, it's going to be most likely England, Scotland, Ireland, because it's closer by and it's less expensive. Because if you come from America and you're in a plane for at least 9 hours, if it's not more, depends on where you live. Plus the fact that the costs are very, very high up.
And I'm just going about, you do vodcast shows yourself there. How long have you been going yourself there, Shane, with Ravens Paranormal?
I started the Ravens Paranormal in 2016.
Okay.
But I was investigating way before that already.
Okay. And Mary, yourself there, how long have you been doing the investigating yourself there? I should have put that at the beginning there, but how long have you been doing it yourself?
Since 2015, I've been part of a team. Before that, was also investigating. And in 2018, I started my own team and joined Things Network 5 years ago as European liaison, and last year since a full chapter.
Okay. And do you notice is there more people wanted to join your group or as well? Like, is obviously as you said in recent years, it's because of television has got more popular. Is there more people wanted to join your group or asking, or do you feel like that you got enough of who you got now at the moment?
They want to join, but I think we work so close together and so familiar with each other, can trust each other with our lives, that it's really hard to fit in. So we keep our group as it is and take junior investigators, but that's it.
And
Yeah.
and as well there, Shane. There, it's obviously you've done with witchcraft there with your partner as well. Do you, is it that kind of lonely yourself and that kind of
Well, I used to have a bigger team of I have to count 7 members, I think, in total.
mm,
And well, I do have trust issues with people if it comes to people because people are a stab in the back if it comes to that most of the times.
mm,
That's my experience.
mm,
So if I trust people and you make me distrust you, that's a closed door for me. And one of my team members decided to fake my evidence by throwing rocks without me seeing it. But
right.
with his dumb luck, he was standing in front of a camera, so we caught him.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that there,
Yeah,
And does it
that was
mean
my decision to take. Well, this is the worst step I can take, but my team is done.
mm,
I'm going to do my team with my wife, and I am going to join Mary on her investigations. We are going to be a close team of two.
mm. Yeah, that's great there, and I know I understand that. I think everyone understands that with teams and all that, and people. The amount of fights I've had there with people there, and
Yep.
even my wife there, but not really now. She tells me what to do, which is great there. So does there be many mutes or gatherings as well with like-minded people in witchcraft there as well? So do you have those every month or every week or so?
We try to, but it doesn't
Yeah,
work that way. We
no,
noticed.
no,
Real life comes first, like they say. But
true.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the
it
other thing.
interferes
Then
a lot.
you'd have to bring your kids along as well. I suppose that's the other thing.
They would love to do that.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And Mary, so what have you got all planned in the future then? Is there any investigations locally in the Netherlands coming up? What have you got planned for today, Halloween?
I want to go around Halloween
Mm,
uh, to the place we went last week. That's a city park, and there's a
okay.
history around the park. Forgotten liquidation of 2 men, and we got a German EVP, Dutch EVP.
Okay.
We did walk partly last week,
Yep.
and it would really be fun to do this without being um, startled by kids who got nosy and so that would be so much fun. But yeah, it's a nice location to do anyway. And
Mm,
now we have natural trigger objects because they are starting to practice with planes and all the reenactments and
oh,
all the
cool.
vehicles. So
Oh, wow.
um, I have a blast at this point. Yeah.
And yourself, Shane, do they do trick or treating or anything like that?
No, no,
No.
we don't do that's way too American for the Dutch.
Yeah.
That's not
No, this
happening yet.
originates
They
from
are getting
Ireland.
dressed.
Originates
No,
from
no,
Ireland.
no, no, they are getting dressed nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, no,
They are
yeah.
doing the dress up parties, but no, it's not the trick or treating yet.
Yeah, the days when you
I
never used to
didn't
dress
think
up.
so.
You just go on the doors knocking them, yeah, you're not dressed up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I am a Halloween fan. I have my room here dressed up as a Halloween, yeah,
oh
fun
yeah,
house.
I see it
Yeah,
there. Yeah, yeah,
I
there we
have,
go.
yeah, a skeleton man and lots of skeletons. And I do dress up, and they come for trick or treat at the door. I will scare off the kids and scream and make sounds and have.
Oh, it has to be
I
done.
love it. Yeah, I love it.
It
So
has to be
sweet.
done.
Favorite
What
party?
was it? So I was going to say, where can people find you then? I go with yourself there, Shay. Yeah.
With me mostly on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Because I had a website, but I have to pay more for it than it helps people. Because they find me on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube anyways. So why pay for it
Hmm.
ahead?
And yourself, Mary, there, you got shows coming up with your host shows as well together. You got any shows coming up as well, or anything? How can people contact yourself as well?
We have a TikTok, and on the TikTok we switch uh, the pages. 1 week at my page and the other week at Shane's page. So
Okay.
1 week it's Raven Paranormal, the other week it's Netherlands. They can find us on YouTube because we put the lives on YouTube.
Mm.
Um, Facebook, we have a like page. I have Instagram, so I have the whole bunch, and they can find us all over. If you just put in Things Netherlands or my name, you will find anything.
And I'll probably just ask you one more question each there as well. Yeah, just got before we finish there. Do you get many people doing like urban or rural explorers, like visiting abandoned buildings? Do you get that with youngsters as well? And what would the authorities' uh, thoughts be on that? You know, like the police. Many get caught or?
Who wants to answer first?
You.
Yeah, of course. I was waiting for it. Yeah, uh, urban exploring is getting bigger here. I
Mm,
noticed, and that's also because of the television programs that they have about ghost hunting and ghost
mm,
adventure. You name it, we have it nowadays. So they naturally they like to go to older buildings and abandoned buildings to take pictures, but they also want to know if there are ghosts there. So they take the K2 with them. They buy that from AliExpress and just take the thing and are going waving with it, not
yeah,
knowing that their phones are the ones making it go off. But
true.
that's besides the point. But if the police do get you here in the Netherlands, you will get a fine.
Yes. And because I'm just asking this because like the two ladies interviewed earlier on in Japan, that that'd be no go going into abandoned buildings, and
No,
it's kind of light here, like the kind of the guards or the police here aren't that kind of, but it's get kind of up to date on stopping it, but it's kind of a process there that probably somebody's going to get hurt someday, unfortunately. There,
yeah,
me, I'm not bothered because I go around graveyards then as well. So at night time, so I'd be trick or treating at people's doors as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really appreciated you both for coming on this evening there, and thank you, Shane and Mary, and love to everyone in the Netherlands there. And if you're ever in Ireland, do let us know there. You're more than welcome. There's plenty of spooky places here to investigate.
we definitely will.
Okay.
Abs-
Just, so thank you, Mary and Shane. We'll say goodbye now. I won't see you next time. I'll see you in the near distance. Stay tuned, folks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye bye. Stop recording. Sorry.